What's up, fellas? How we doing? So, you better not be dirty bulking out there. Okay? I don't want to see any dirty bulking at all. Dirty bulking is not the way. Okay? I'm going to tell you a bit about why I think that, why I know that, and kind of what that's gotten me in life. Dirty bulking and, all this stuff the kids talk about. But, so, let's give you a situation. You're a scrawny, skinny kid, right? And you've kind of always been underweight. You've never been really like fat or overweight or just midweight. You've always been underweight. You're like, I'm going to the gym and I'm not seeing crazy gains or anything, so I think might as well start bulking up, right? And you just decide, okay, I see this thing called dirty bulking. Let's do that. You dirty bulk, right? You start gaining weight and you start getting, oh, this is nice. Finally gaining some weight. Man, this is great. And then you work your way up. You go from 130 pounds to 200, right? But get this. You went from 12% body fat all the way up to 25, 30. Sorry, notifications. You have not gained muscle like at all, dude. Like, if you... The problem I'm trying to get at here is when you dirty bulk, you gain a significant amount of fat. A significant. Like a bunch, right? So you often overeat, you eat whatever you want, and then that leads to results, but sometimes not the results you want. So there's muscle gain and there's weight gain. Which one do you want? Okay? Dirty bulking will get you weight, but it's literally just making it easier to consume calories, I guess. But the calories don't lead to anything good because you have simple carbs, you have simple fats, they don't do much for you. If you want to bulk up properly, eat whole foods to bulk, right? Or just better foods, right? Don't go and eat like cosmic brownies 24/7. I've been there. I gained like 30 pounds and I went up to 210 and I gained muscle, but I was still a chunky boy. Okay, I was a chunky man. And it sucks because the cut makes it way harder to cut down. Cutting takes longer. You're probably going to be less motivated. It can be cheeks, man. But yeah, just don't dirty bulk, dude. Go into I love lean bulking. So you guys all have your maintenance calories, right? So mine's probably about 2,800 right now. Bump it up by 100 or 200 calories. You can use a calorie calculator online. They're everywhere. Right? Go from, say, 27, 28, if that's your maintenance, go up to 29, 3,000. You're going to see some weight gain, maybe like little less than a pound a week if you're lucky, right? Probably less than that, probably half a pound. I'm probably overdoing it. Half a pound a week, right? Good amount of that's probably going to be muscle compared to if you're dirty bulking to gain. If you even dirty bulk with a half a pound, you probably gain a lot of fat. And making sure you're swapping and you're going into a solo, like say if you're doing bodybuilding and stuff like that, kind of similar to me, right? Once you just finish your cut, don't go immediately to a bulk because your body's going to be like, okay, fat. I want to get more fat because we were just starving forever. I want to make sure we have fuel in case we survive. Because your body thinks about surviving, not gaining muscle and being aesthetic, So you kind of got to trick your body. Go back into maintaining, right? And your body's going to calm down. You're going to maintain for a week or two. Then go into the lean bulk. Lean bulking is the way, right? So unless you're fine with, I guess, cutting super aggressively and losing a lot of muscle in the process, dirty bulk, man. You do you, bro. I don't control your life, but that's from my experience. Now, another big story I could get into is, when I was a bit younger, not sure how old, but like 9th, 10th grade, so not too long ago, but I decided to just go on a permanent bulk, and I had no idea what bulking was. I was like, okay, bulk, that means eat more. I'll just eat. I won't even worry about cutting. So technically I was bulking, right? Or maintaining bulking, main gain, right? It's possible to do that when in the beginning stages, but when you're in the later stages and you're like, I want to build fat and lose muscle at the same time, that happens on rare occasions. That only happens usually to newbie lifters. After about 2-3 years, you're not really going to see much trying to do that. So building muscle and losing fat, like if you're in 5 years in, you should know that that's not really possible when you're that far in. Maybe if some science stuff comes up and it's possible, but right now, as of what we know, it's not possible after a certain amount of time. Not, at least, you can't get much results. You're better off bulking and then cutting because you can gain a lot more muscle way faster. All right, so just be careful. On your lean bulk, make sure you're still doing cardio and still walking and stuff like that because you still want to be in shape. You want to be able to, climb mountains easy and do all this different stuff and be able to jump high, because now it's sucking. You can't, you gain all this weight, but you're not, built at all, But you guys get the point. But if you guys need help or anything with any of that stuff, check out my Calendly. You guys can book a call through there, or you can check out my Instagram. Peace out. I love you guys.